What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Knight here, your Tech and Games Crusader, and I'm still on the headset mic, so hopefully it sounds a little better than the last video for the character reveal of the Season 1 Pass content. But we're back, and we have a patch notes update, walkthrough guide, and let's go ahead and let's shrink me down, and we'll get to that. Alright. So let's go ahead and go over the patch notes. It just updated about 2 minutes ago. And we got, first off, patch 1.3 notes. And then system-wide, when a player can attack during their landing frames has been dramatically improved upon landing. You can now attack on the second frame down from the fifth frame. Moves that can be performed upon landing include all ground-based attacks, forward dash, and back dash, i.e. you can now properly execute empty jump lows, more fighting game community talk. Adjusted how and where characters fall to when coming in from swap strike and KO, preventing literal edge cases where the incoming character would pass through the screen edge. Weapon attacks now can call spark effects Power Rangers style. So there's our update content that we saw. And then assist takeover effects have been added. Camera shake effects improved for all attacks and hit reactions. I personally don't like camera shake. I think it's a waste of system resources, and it causes a lot of frame delays. KO visual effects have been added. Crouching hit reactions added, with certain attacks having explicit force standing properties, another fighting game community term. Whenever it's basically like restand, force stand type stuff, where that if you are crouching and you get hit a certain way, it forces you into a standing animation. Push block slightly reworked. Startup increased to 3 frames up from 1. Push block hit pause against attacker decreased from 7 frames to 3. Hit pause inflicted on the push blocker during air push block has been completely removed, was 7 frames. Air push block now allows the push blocker to attack on the way down after block stun ends. Overall, push blocking should feel better to use in most cases. Push block sound effect has been changed to a more distinctive pew sound, differentiating it from the normal blocking thunk sound, or thunk sound. Throw range has been normalized across the board. Generally, range has been decreased for characters with strong car throws and slidey throws. The knockdown state at the end of wall bounces is now an OTG-able state. Oh, great. Even more loop juggle garbage. Supers and swap strikes can pick up characters knocked down by wall bounces. Splat knockdowns are OTG-able. Dragon, Armor, Trini, and Gia Moran have splat knockdown attacks with their jump medium attacks. Dragon Zord's heavy attack Tail Slam now causes a splat knockdown when hitting a grounded opponent. Attacks or assists now ignore the juggle limiter assist. Oh, what? Allowing players to extend their combos to the fullest example. A max limit combo extended with Gia's whip assist, then finished off with the point character's super attack should work. Great. More stuff to make this game even more broken without adding any more variety of moves. They're just adding more loop garbage. I don't want to do the same 3 or 4 things over and over again in standing or jumping form. I want more moves. Anyway, give us more moves. Give us either invent EX assist or change the way your power bar or your super bar works to where it doesn't take 2 for 2 full bars for a super, but it takes 1 for a super. It takes half for an EX. And then it could take a full bar for an EX assist. It's not that hard. Just give us something more. An EX assist could be just hit special at the same time as you hit assist. Done. It's not that hard to program. I mean, it's a less convoluted function than some of the stuff you have in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Or in this game with having 2 to 3 buttons you have to hit for other things. It's not like you have to have a simple controller, 1 button attack for every single type of move. You can use control button combinations just like on an arcade stick or in the arcades. Oh my gosh, there's so many things about this game. They're frustrating at the same time as they're exciting. It's like, okay, I'm bored because there's no new actual moves to do. You don't have more varieties. You don't have a level 3 super. You don't have a cinematic state for every character. It's really, really annoying. This game is so accessible, it's limited. And that limitation is causing boring loop combos. I like Guilty Gear style combos where that you don't have to loop the same 3 or 4 things over and over again in a corner in a lab state. It makes no sense why they can't give more variety. Like, give us distinctive kick button, give us a distinctive punch button, give us a weapon button, give us a special button, and give us a heavy weapon button. 5 buttons plus assist. That's 7. And then give us a power bar and give us either a single button or a combination of being able to activate that power bar similar to an EX state or an amplify move like Mortal Kombat does. There's so many things that can make this game good. And right now it still feels like an early access title that they're just not really getting it together. It feels like it was designed for 8-year-olds to play, which is the target Nickelodeon demographic of Power Rangers, which is ridiculous. I mean, I hope whenever Kyuranger comes out that it will be at least 16 to 24 demographic. Alright. Sorry for the tangent, guys. This game over the last few months has frustrated me because after you learn how to do everything, there's no variety. Yes, you can do things in a combo, but you're doing the same things, and you're having to abuse the game. There's no counter mechanic. There's no parry mechanic. There's no breaker mechanic. You have no way of getting out of these states, so you just have to sit there and eat it. What's the point of that if there's no way to enjoy it and have a way of coming back from it? There's no strategy to it. It's just, well, I'm just going to do this one combo that I learned by watching somebody do it, and I'm just going to repeat that over and over again, and I'll always win. I don't have to worry about the game being fun because I can win. That's stupid. Flat out stupid. And I don't agree with it. That is the part about game development that I've left jobs before over game development, taking paths that I don't agree with. And it will never stop being boring, having a limited move set, and no actual team supers that take all 3 bars, or having delayed assist supers. Or, like I said, EX assist EXs, assist amplifies, amplify moves. I mean, we have a little bit of that with Cenozoic Blue, but It's not to an extent that every single character in the game has an ability that can amplify their attacks or power up their attacks. And that, to me, is a waste of potential in this game. Alright guys, let's get back to it. Sorry, I've had a rough month and a half with my health, and that's why I've not really made videos except for till today, and that was just because I can't not talk about this game just because this is my time waster on the Switch when I go to the hospital and wait on blood tests and biopsies and fluid draws and everything else I'm having to go through. So alright. So, let's get back to it. Removed assist physics box during their incoming descent to prevent them from getting in the way of certain extension combos. That's stupid. They need to be able to be interrupted. Interrupted assist physics box during the taunt out phase so that the assists don't get in the way as they teleport out of the arena. They need to be in the way. They need to be able to be struck and damaged. Assists are now only vulnerable for the first 12 frames of their taunt out animation, making it less likely for them to have their teleport out effect interrupted. Remove the physics from point characters leaving the arena, i.e. the swapped out point character no longer obstructs opponents' movement. Most supers now crush and bypass armor. Example, Cenozoic Blues super will beat Dragon Armor Trinity's back special. All Megazord attacks crush and beat armored moves. Certain attack visual effects like slash swooshes and muzzle flashes dissipate appropriately and no longer linger, e.g. hitting Gia out of her air special. Fixed an issue where hitting an incoming character would continue to progress the combo counter. Fixed an issue where hit stun decayed to absolute 0 too early, causing certain super and EX attacks to drop at the end of a combo. Fixed an issue where jumping attacks would snap lower than their character model, like Gia's jumping light. Forward dashing normalized. Cancel windows for all characters. Dash mobility within character classes should feel similar. Example, Rangers can attack and block out of forward dash at similar timings, while big body characters have less lenient forward dash cancels. Tommy Oliver. Alright, we got individual stuff. Forward special charged. Descending hits are now considered jumping attacks and must be blocked standing. Hitboxes have been improved as well, however, his assist is not considered an overhead and can be blocked crouching. Block stun has been improved. Airborne special physics box adjusted, preventing Green Ranger from crossing up and causing the opponent to run into it unexpectedly. EX attacks startup reduced to 15 frames, down from 16 frames. With the first hit now causing a stagger, making it more reliable. All hitboxes have been improved. Back medium, axe kick. Frame 11 upper hitbox is now an anti-air type, giving Tommy a way to punish airborne opponents directly above him. The overhead hit second hitbox grants more frame advantage on it, making it easier to link into standing and crouching light. First few frames of back medium are invulnerable to jumping attacks as well. Backdash is now cancelable with special attacks, making it feel more responsive. Pre-super flash physics box has been fixed. Fixed an issue where Tommy would transition into his forward special automatically after a back throw. Swap strike hitbox has been significantly improved. Fixed an issue where attacks out of crouching heavy caused Tommy to slide backwards. Jason Lee Scott, MMPR red. EX attack. Startup increased to 12 frames, up from 12. First and second hit now cause stagger, making it more reliable in combos as a juggle. EX attack recovery increased significantly. Neutral special counter strike. Counter portion is now projectile invincible. Great. Fixed an issue where Red Ranger could cancel the third hit of his forward special. Triple slice while withstanding heavy. Reduced hit stun and block stun for roll shots considerably. Reduced hit stun and block stun for air shock slightly. Jim Moran is Super Mega Force Yellow. Okay, they have it listed as Season 21 Yellow. Forward throw scales follow up combo damage heavily since it's a self-comboable throw. Pistol based attacks do not require hit to progress their target combos. Standing medium to medium to medium, back medium to medium to heavy. This change allows Gia to poke with several pistol attacks from past her max pistol bullet range. Slightly improved hitboxes on pistol attacks. Pistol bullets can now clash with incoming projectiles with their projectile strengths rated slightly under Tommy's neutral special Greendoken. Back medium added significant recovery, no longer dash or move cancelable. Back medium target combo, new gun based target combo attack performed with back medium heavy input sequence. This opens up some of her combo routing, primarily when starting with back heavy into back medium. Jumping medium attack now causes a splat knockdown on grounded opponents, preventing her from performing easy jump light to jump medium to jump heavy loops against big bodied characters. Back special removed secondary hitbox type, no longer sweet spots, adjusted frame data to limit loop combos while keeping it advantaged on block. Overall, the attack has been made more effective in the neutral game, but still punishable if jumped over. Back special follow-up grapple can now be cancelled with low attacks as well as dash jump. Forward special added 2 rear hitboxes, giving the attack more utility while Gia activates this special attack as the team leader. Does not apply to the assist version of the attack. Last hit now causes a spinning knockdown hit reaction instead of a launcher hit reaction. Airborne special adjusted physics box to allow Gia to jump over cornered opponents. Super increased damage to 275 up from 225. Okay, well that's going to make that. If it gets a lot more hits or the same amount of hits, that's going to be interesting. EX attack throw hit. The third hit now staggers, making the follow-up more reliable on hit. Standing light 2. Second hit of light target combo now has a slight pull-in effect. Removed forward canceling from standing medium attack. Slightly reduced overall slidiness of attacks when cancelled from dash and backdash. Increased jump and dash jump height ever so slightly. Forward heavy overhead, slightly easier to link into standing light on hit. Crouching light can no longer be rapid fire chained. Crouching medium startup increased to 11 frames up from 8. Fixed an issue where Gia's back throw couldn't knock out. Ranger Slayer, new airborne special while buffed with arrow knock, neutral special buff. Ranger Slayer throws out 2 bombs at once. Neutral special, slightly reduced recovery. Forward special, medium forward arrows. Reduced hit stun to normal projectile amounts. Forward special follow-ups, reduced landing recovery. Super is now much more punishable on block. Super now deals 285 damage up from 260. Forward throw, much easier to juggle off of a forward throw in the corner. Example is forward throw into crouching medium, crouching light, removed rapid fire property, and can no longer cancel into standing light attack. It can now be blocked standing. increased hit stun and block stun of assist attack arrows. Airborne special, time bomb, limited to one on-screen at a time unless cancelled from jumping light or jumping heavy. Attack bomb is instantly deployable as soon as the first one detonates. EX attack, removed air Megazord activation, cancel. EX attack can only be cancelled with super and Megazord activation while Ranger Slayer is grounded. Okay, so now they're using Megazord activation as a cancel mechanic. Slightly reduced slidiness of attacks when cancelled from dash, backdash, and crouching medium attack. Forward special and airborne special, physics box adjusted, allowing Ranger Slayer to cross up cornered opponents. Forward heavy Spartan kick can now be cancelled with meter based attacks, example of EX, swap strike, and super. Improved dash cancel responsiveness, improved hitboxes of wide attacks, Cat Manx. All hits of her super now ignore damage scaling. Ending hit generally causes a spike hit reaction. Forward throw scales follow up combo damage heavily since it's a self-comboable throw. Multi-hit attacks like neutral special, cat scratches have been adjusted so that they're more reliable in juggle combos. EX attack phase 1 causes stagger on successful hit, making it much more reliable when hitting airborne opponents. Reworked EX attack phase 2 follows up with a full cat scratch combo, providing more potential for extended follow-up assist takeover combos. Slightly reduced the sliding effect of many of her ground attacks and throws, reducing some of her dash cancel into attack range, although it's still a bit nutty. Added a sliding effect to crouching heavy. Back special, back spring. Added invincibility frames from frames 8 to 27, invulnerable to most attacks, can be thrown. Gives Cat incentive to back off from the enemy with an evasive maneuver into a surprise stagger attack while not being abusable as a wake up or corner option. Air special dive kick. Initial pause effect is now more pronounced, making it easier to use when cancelled from her other airborne attacks. Dive kick can cross up cornered opponents. Forward special cartwheel is now +2 on block, and its hitbox sizes have been slightly increased. Fixed an issue where Cat could cancel her crouching light with back medium. Okay, Magnet Defender. EX attack starts up in 15 frames and is much less likely to pass through opponents. Neutral special buckshot. Cancel window move to a later window to ensure super hits properly when cancelled. Back special counter. Counter portion is now projectile invincible. Super is now much more punishable on block. Super damage decreased 305 down from 325. Neutral special can hit multiple times and deals much more damage at close range. Forward dash can be cancelled with attacks earlier by 3 frames, improving his ground defense. And standing medium increased hitbox size. We got Lord Draken. Jump light now causes a juggle hit. Standing light startup reduced by 1 frame and can now hit crouchers. Crouching light can now be blocked standing, increased recovery when landing from air special. Foot dive, and then super damage reduced to 275 down from 305. Standing heavy, reduced hit stun, decayed penalty. Forward special to medium slide, added some juggle limit or penalty since it's an extremely effective juggle tool for almost all juggles situations. Reduced block stun. Forward throw scales follow up combo damage heavily since it's a self-comboable throw. Slightly reworked neutral special projectile speed. decreased physics blocks at the tail end of EX attack, making it less likely for enemies bouncing off the wall to collide with him. Physics blocks while crouching fixed. Goldar standing light attack combo and medium attack combos reworked. Medium attacks include sword attacks, while light attacks include limb attacks. Standing light 3 now cancels into back medium on hit. I really don't like FGC speak. Crouching heavy now has a slight knock-up effect. Combos into neutral special. Back heavy is now a blockable normal attack that deals 0 damage, but inflicts 5 frames of block stun or 10 frames of hit stun. Back special air throw increases startup time and reduced active window from 15 frames to 6. Damage reduced to 110 down from 130. Reduced jumping light hit stun and block stun to make it easier to answer when blocked as an instant overhead. Reduced jumping light hitbox size requires dash jump to cause an instant overhead attack on medium crouching characters. Increased jumping heavy startup from 10 frames to 12. Initial hits of super deal increased damage and hits more reliably in juggles. Deals over 450 damage on a sweet spot hit. Okay, so crit hit on the super deals more damage. Less juggle limiter penalty on most normal attacks. EX attack can now reflect projectiles and hits more reliably in juggles. Second phase animation has been improved. Normal special charged ranged no longer requires holding special. Now input is special input special during startup. The ranged portion of the attack is now considered a projectile and can clash with other projectiles. Standing heavy increased hit stun and block stun. Forward throw deals much more or much less damage, but can be cancelled into back special. It is no longer super cancelable. Can no longer instantly dash jump out of a forward jump, making his instant overhead sequences less impressive, although still effective against big characters. Jumping light attack hitbox size reduced significantly, but can still instant overhead most crouching characters off of off dash jump. Jumping light inflicts significantly less hit stun and block stun to give the defender a chance to respond with an anti-air if Goldar uses it as an instant overhead. Hurt box size while standing has been increased. Hurt box size during juggle state has been increased. Mastodon Sentry. Jumping heavy and airborne special shots are now more likely to combo in air juggles thanks to wider hitboxes. Jumping medium juggle effect has been improved to make it easier for Sentry to continue juggle combos. Crouching medium inflicts enough hit stun to combo into a point blank crouching heavy shot, opening up a low hitting combo route. EX attack no longer causes a wall bounce. In order to prevent OTG loops, it's now easier to follow up with an attack an assist takeover combo. Assists have been reworked with a new animation and new functionality. Overall, it's not as obnoxious to deal with. Alright, Cenozoic Blue is not... He's 2017 Cenozoic Age Blue Ranger. Zordon's team, not just Movie Blue. Movie Blue makes you think Billy, and it's not Billy. Empowered Ford Special, Blue Doken. Velocity reworked, it now launches quickly before slowing down considerably. Back Special, Ride the Lightning. Projectiles are no longer despawned when their owner, Cenozoic Blue, is hit. Ford Special, Repulsor Blast. Hitbox size increased for the second and third shot. Reduced startup by 1 frame. Crouching light can now be blocked standing. Reduced juggle limiter penalty on several attacks. Airborne special, air charge. Hitbox size increased slightly. Good. Fixed an issue where Cenozoic Blue Ranger could cancel crouching heavy into forward special. Fixed an issue where Cenozoic Blue Ranger could call an assist during the first phase of his EX attack. Well, of course. Udana, neutral special, ice ball. Hitbox is significantly smaller, with the bounced version reducing further in size. Good. Block stun has been reduced and the recovery period has been increased, making it less of a go-to move in the neutral game and in block strings. Ice ball is destroyed if its owner is successfully hit Udana while it's in play. Back special, snow shield, recovery reduced by 5 frames. Good. Udana no longer flips out of multi-hit attacks when she's being juggled. Example, Dragon Army Trainee Super. Super damage increased to 270, up from 260. That's marginal, it doesn't matter. Jumping light and jumping medium now correctly applies some juggle limiter penalty. Standing heavy can now be cancelled before its third hit, so that at the end of a max juggle combo, standing heavy cancelled into EX attack or super is guaranteed. Great. Fixed an issue where crouching light was dash cancelable. Fixed an issue where Udana's super hitting and assist automatically triggered the cinematic against a point character. What should? The opponent was open. Doesn't matter which character it hits. It should be a version of it that is not cinematic and a version that is cinematic for the point character. Dragon Armor Trini. Fixed an issue where Dragon Armor Trini's back special Jet Rush continually plays its animation while pushing up against a grounded opponent. Fixed an issue where Dragon Armor Trini is invulnerable during her back throw attempt animation. Fixed an issue with Dragon Armor Trini's juggle hurt box size in several of her states. Neutral special, Nega Beam. It's been fixed so that it hits much more reliably, generally guaranteeing the final blast. Assist damage reduced and now scales combo damage a bit higher than before. Fixed an issue where Dragon Armor Trini's assist would continue to fire even after she's interrupted. Fixed an issue where the direction Dragon Armor Trini is facing after a forward throw in the corner. Fixed an issue where Dragon Armor Trini's hurt box after whiffing her Jet Rush throw was raised too high, making her invulnerable to low attacks. Fixed an issue where Dragon Armor Trini could call an assist during phase 1 of her EX attack. Fixed an issue where Dragon Armor Trini could cancel her EX attack with Megazord activation. Alright, and that's all that there is on there, guys. Alright, so let's discuss for a moment here what exactly they need to do to make this game better. First off, don't rely on the same 3 to 4 moves in a loop sequence to just have loop juggles. Loop juggles is not a game. It's a mechanic. Second off, adjust the super bar implementation usage. It needs to provide a way of doing something that Power Rangers is a staple for, which is team attacks. If you don't have an ability to do a team attack, be it a full all 3 supers at once or one after another, be it a super or an assist EX, then it doesn't feel like a Power Rangers game. Just because it has Power Rangers characters in it does not make it a Power Rangers game. There has to be certain things that actually make it a Power Rangers game. That's one of them. That is a key thing from every single season of Power Rangers. Team attack finishers. Team super finishers. It's not that hard. Third, give us a way of having a power bar to not have everything be a touch of death. So that power bar can be used for parry mechanics, counter mechanics, or it can be used to charge up your attacks for a limited amount of time. It just makes sense. And please, Imwe, give us the trailer music in the game as an option, or a jukebox that we can change the crap music you have in this game. It sounds like elevator monotone rock synth, and it's not great. After hearing it for 5 hours, waiting in the hospital on everything I have to get done, I just turned off the audio because I don't want to listen to it anymore. And I just put headphones in and listen to my own music on my phone. It's just really grating on the ears. You give us such great music in these trailers, yet you won't give us that music in the game. That is a missed opportunity. So much. I hope you guys are listening and watching this, and that you take into some of these things into account. This game needs to get rid of the TODs. There does not need to be a touch of death with no way of being able to parry or counter or break out of it. That's why I think you need a power bar. Each character needs a power bar that goes either below their life bar or in their portrait that you can activate to where you have so much of it you can use, or so much of it you can gain from successful things that you do. That would make this game tremendously better. Right now it plays like a hybrid of Killer Instinct without having any fun stuff, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 that is so hardcore trash. Like, that combination of things, it's just like, okay, you don't have the boosted jumps of Marvel vs. Capcom game, and you don't have combo breakers or shadow mechanics or anything from Killer Instinct, so you don't even have finishers in the game. Like, having a cinematic finisher for every character that's a level 3, that's almost a guaranteed kill, that does over 500 damage, that would be really good. Or over 350 damage. More than a super. Because it would be a level 3 equivalent. It's a cinematic finisher. That's what you would get, where the character would blow up, or all kinds of hit sparks, and they would demorph in the show. That would be what that would be the equivalent of. We need that. I'm not saying now. I'm saying for the future, within the first year of the game's out of early access period, because it still feels like an early access game. I'm going to check right now and see if my Switch has the update available, though. And if it does, I'll let you guys know. No update available. Still 1.2. Alright. Well, guys, this is Auburn, your Tech and Games Crusader. I really hope that Imwe pays attention. Their community managers, people working on the game, people designing the game, take into account some of the things I'm talking about, because it's what makes a fighting game have fundamental mechanics that are fun. And I don't really agree with the button style being light, medium, heavy. which is the whole mechanic that pushed me away from Marvel vs. Capcom with Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 having light, medium, heavy, special. I don't like that. I can't stand that implementation. I like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and I like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 style, where you have 2 punches, 2 kicks that auto into a medium attack. So if you light, your light goes automatically into a heavy on second hit of tapping it, and then you have your assist. That makes more sense to me. 6 buttons. Eliminate this medium garbage, and I can't wait until they have more stuff out for this game that I can be able to mod it. I really, really want to look at the code for the game and be able to rewrite some of this stuff. Needs mods. Needs mods bad. Like, really bad. Not every game needs to imitate a Capcom game or Dragon Ball Fighters, because it's a poor mechanic. It only works partially in those games because they have other features. Those games have a boosted jump or an ascended jump form. You have no boosted or ascended jumping in Power Rangers. It is a single playing game. You can't ascend to a higher portion of the stage. And it is, I really am not pleased with it. I notice in this update, all these update news and everything though, that there's no new stage listed. So that's kind of a telling thing as well, that they're probably working on maybe releasing 2 more stages whenever Zeg comes out. Maybe. We may get 1 more stage. It's just hard to tell at this point. But guys, this is Knight, your Tech and Games Crusader. Hope you guys having a good night, a good day. Take care. If you have any comments or feedback, I know people will, because I've been very vocal and adamant in how I feel about the combat in this game and its mechanics, or lack there of optional changing mechanics that they keep mixing up things. Leave it in the comments. We'll see you later, guys.